Hey, what's up, everybody? Leo Cannell here with today's podcast, my friends. Today's podcast is going to be a fascinating one. We're going to delve into an important concept. It's the concept of why learning new skills will help you absolutely kill and eliminate your bills. Why it's key to select the right new skills. You're going to end up with an axe and a bike in the middle of the night, if you can believe that. And if you go deep into these new skills, you will absolutely change your life forever. So let's get going. There are over 32 million businesses in the U.S., and over 90% of them will never break seven figures in annual sales. So how do we as entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs break into that seven figures club? This podcast will relentlessly share the secrets, strategies, and tactics I've used to create 3 multi-seven figures businesses and bring in even more successful entrepreneurs than me to share their inspirational stories and tactics to success. You can create your dream business and life right now. So buckle up and let's go. All right. Hope you guys are doing awesome as the first quarter is coming to an end, and hopefully your 2021 has been one in which you've mapped out ways to have a breakthrough year in 2021. You've put together a game plan that's got some bold, audacious goals, and everything that you've been working towards this first quarter on a monthly, weekly, daily basis is taking you that much closer to accomplishing your dreams and turning those dreams into reality and into the truth. Hopefully that is what you are doing and making it happen. So we've got some awesome things going on and some big things going on in our business. Right now we are in growth mode and we are hiring and trying to bring on the right team members, and we're trying to continue to generate enough leads and enough deals to keep our team and staff busy. We're building different departments within our business to be able to, serve our clients and offer more solutions to the problems that they are, facing on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis in building their business. And so that's what we're busy doing at the home front, where I've got my family, half of them kind of doing the 75 hard, and the other half are in it with me full-time doing the 75 hard. Either way, it's so far 15, 16 days in, been a positive experience, and again, a mental toughness challenge to be sure. So that's what's up. Right now, I'm working on actually creating a 7-day challenge. We're going to call it the Funding CEO Challenge, and that's going to be launching April the 8th. And so, boy, there's a lot of work that goes into these challenges. You've got to have, the right sales funnel, and you've got to have all the right testimonials and more video testimonials. And it's interesting. Like, you can get people to write reviews, and we've got hundreds of 5-star reviews for our company, but it is not easy to ask someone to spend some time and do like a 60-second video testimonial, because I think 80-90% of people hate that. They hate being on camera. They hate having to just, say stuff, and they're not sure what they're going to say, and they have to retake the video over and over. And no matter how much they love you and they love your product and service and what you did for them, boy, it's sometimes tough to get those video testimonials. But that's why they're worth their weight in gold, because they are so powerful at helping a prospect know what they can expect and what one of their peers' experiences has been. So although difficult, very, very important. So the topic today is why learning new skills is going to absolutely kill your bills and eliminate them. And as I think about this topic and I think about my own journey and transformation from kind of an early entrepreneur who had some success, who built a 7-figure business, seeing it all unravel, and investments and real estate, in the first, not the first, but in the recession of 08 and 09, and going through that pain and suffering, and then trying to find the right business, the right industry, and then, settling on the business funding profession as the niche that I was going to dominate and build and work hard to be the best at. Throughout that journey, there's been a lot of new skills that I've had to learn and develop. And when you're kind of in your 20s, at least where I was, I really didn't understand that concept. And I knew that there were certain things that I was good at. I was good at phone sales. I knew that I had some leadership qualities, some charisma that people would follow. But ultimately, there were a lot of things I was not good at. I wasn't good at dealing with confrontation. I wasn't good at holding people accountable like they need to be held accountable. I wasn't good at defining values and principles and building a company culture. I wasn't great at systems and processes and leveraging technology and software. And so as you go through that entrepreneurial journey and hopefully you take the step to graduate from being a solopreneur, which is what we all start off as, and becoming an actual entrepreneur. And the difference really being that as an entrepreneur, you're building a team. You're building, an office and culture and employees and partners and strategic partners. And so it's this really big concept of bringing people together for a common cause and then going out and going to war and going to battle and winning as many battles as possible, learning from the ones you don't win, and continuing to progress and adapt and make changes. Yesterday, I was sitting down with my partner, Ty, and we were going through, all right, what are we doing here with our sales process? And we realized we needed to make a change in how we were managing our leads that are so valuable that come from our funding partners. And so we started to brainstorm, and he'd come up with some really good ideas. And the more he talked about them, the more it became clear we needed to actually implement these. We brought the sales team in, made those changes. We let them know it's going to be a tentative test for 3-4 weeks. And if it doesn't work, we can obviously go back to the previous system. But we're seeing problems. It looks like these are going to be solutions. And so all these have been, new skills that I've had to develop to become a successful entrepreneur. One of my early skills that was tough was I had this idea where I had to do all of the hard stuff and no one could do it better than me. And I wasn't good at training and duplicating myself and bringing people in to take these tasks off of my plate so I can actually build and grow the business. And there's a great book called The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber, which really breaks down this concept and explains how you build a team and an organization and actually graduate from becoming a solopreneur or even an entrepreneur that really just has a job and a small team and does all the work to duplicating yourself and actually growing the business and leveraging assets and time and technology and a team and then actually growing it. And so as I look at some of the skills that I've had to learn, probably in the last year, the one skill set that I think has really paid big dividends for us has been building out online sales funnels. And you probably all heard of sales funnels and online sales funnels and marketing funnels and how important they are. And there's all these different concepts and ideas behind them. And certainly Russell Brunson of ClickFunnels, who I've won some Two Comma Club awards from, really is probably the very best at explaining how to create sales funnels that convert and the psychology behind it and the power of upsells. And so there's these different sales funnels, and it's funny, like I'm going to say in really, I would say 2015, I started thinking, I'm going to build this online course that's going to teach people about how to go fund their business, and I'm going to sell thousands of these and have high profit margins, and it's going to be better than the funding company I'm building. And so that was kind of my idea at that point. And I remember my partner at the time, he was already signing off 6 months into our partnership, and I could already see it was not going to work out. So I, on the weekend, started kind of building this side hustle, this side company, while continuing to work on the company that I was 49% owner in. And we're building that company. My partner pretty much stops working and just goes off, screws around, spends all the money in the bank account. So not pretty. And I start to, with one of our guys, build this online course out. And I think, this is going to be the future. And I build it out, and I realize it's just not going to work, because with funding, people aren't super excited about learning how to do it. They're much more excited about just filling out an application for 30 seconds and getting approved, getting their money, and moving on. And so that was the first time that I realized, well, maybe this concept's not going to work. And then I went back to building our full-time funding business, and this was my previous company. We grew fast. We went from $0 to $5 million in the first 18 months in sales, and we're sponsoring GrowthCon and ClickFunnels Live and doing all these awesome things. And again, I kind of get to that point where a lot of my partners stop working. They think that we've made it. Our profit margins go down. Our company culture is horrible. We don't have values, principles. And as that business begins to struggle, and I can't make the changes because I've foolishly, given away power and equity to partners that don't share the values and principles, that don't share the work ethic, that are not going to, get us where we need to go. So I literally leave that and start over again. And it's at this point I think, all right, I'm going to go all in with building this online course, and we're going to have sales funnels. I'm going to finally learn how to do this. And at the time, I was reading all of Russell Brunson's books. He's got .com Secrets, which my 11-year-old's finishing right now, which is awesome. We've got Expert Secrets, and then his final one that he just wrote in the last year's Traffic Secrets. Great books about building sales funnels and a following and how to generate traffic and build, a 7-8 figure high profit margin type business. And so this whole time I'm building this, and now I'm building our current full service funding company, and it's gone awesome. We've got an amazing team, the best team that I've ever been around, and I've got finally the best partner I've ever been around, and everything is going well. But I'm still seeing that there's this skill I need to learn. It's how can I create sales funnels that convert, and how can I use these sales funnels and this technology and this idea to leverage and build profitably our business. And I start to look around and I see, well, there's different groups out there that are doing things with teaching people how to be funding referral partners, and they're doing it in a webinar format. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I can model this funnel, and that's what funnel hacking is all about, right? And so I start to, hack into these funnels, and these are skills that I'm learning, and I have to learn how to create a good funnel that looks attractive, that converts, and I have to connect the autoresponder emails and autoresponder text message. And then I've got to find the right people to do the Facebook ads, or I've got to figure them out myself. And so there's all these different skills that you have to learn to launch a profitable online sales funnel. And I'm going to say 80-90% that do launch fail. I mean, that's just got to be the reality of it. It's very difficult, because the first thing you've got to figure out is, do I have something that people actually want and that there's a market for? And the problem with some of my early sales funnels is I was creating a product that the market had not proven out and did not really prove out. And so that's kind of what happened. And so the easiest way to build an online sales funnel is to model a sales funnel that's already converting in a similar, if not the same niche that you're in. And that's the best way to do it. And that's what Russell Brunson always talked about, and I missed out on that, and finally it clicked. So I built a webinar sales funnel where I pushed everyone to a live webinar, and then I automated the webinar, and that webinar really broke even or lost a little bit of money, but in the long run we were gaining big time, because we were bringing in all these funding partners, and our core funding business was growing substantially. Even though with the actual sales funnel itself, it didn't make money, but it didn't really lose money in the upfront money. But in the long term, on the back end, with all the funding deals that came in, we were profiting and growing and building our team. And so it was winning. And so then I looked at the next funnel. All right, well, the next funnel that I'm going to jump into is going to be more of a traditional funnel where you bring someone in at a cheap price. In this case, it was like $1 3-day trial, and if they stuck with it would be $97 a month. And then I had a $388 upsell, and then I built out a second funnel that was a funnel that for everyone that came in that would be a $997 funnel, and then I built out a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 more advanced, more value, more coaching, more one-on-one training. And this was all part of the value ladder. And as I launched that back in October, not quite 6 months ago, and since launching that, our business has essentially got to the point where we're basically doubling. We're doubling our sales revenue. We've doubled our staff. And so by learning that one new skill that, by the way, has taken me time to learn and was within, some of my core strengths, like I can communicate well, I can create a great offer and deliver a great product, and I've got a great team, and I could get the help from people who were better at design and images and doing Facebook ads and Facebook marketing. And so as I built this out and gained these new skills, now we're seeing some exponential growth. We're leveraging technology, we're leveraging our team, and we're leveraging and building a national sales team of funding referral partners, different levels, different expertise, some of them business coaches, some of them CPAs, some of them loan brokers, and it's been phenomenal. But the key here is you've got to select the right new skills, or you end up with an axe and a bike in the middle of the night. And what I'm talking about here is there are these different skill sets that come more naturally to us. I knew I had the ability and could learn the skill set to be successful at online sales funnels, at doing a podcast, at interviewing people. I'm going to launch a YouTube show here in a few months. I know that's within my core capability and the skill set that I've developed. However, doing, the manual labor stuff at home and being that Mr. Fix-It man and going outside and working on my landscaping and making love to my yard like so many of my neighbors are so good at doing, that's not something I'm good at. Maybe you're there too, or maybe you're one of those people who's really good at that. So that's not my strong suit. Fixing my kids' bikes. So I remember, my son had this bike for a couple years. He was having issues with it, asked me to fix it. I'm just spending hours. I'm going on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out the best way to fix this thing. And by the end of the day, it's been several hours, and it's like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I can't believe after all this, the bike still doesn't work, and I literally pull out an axe in the middle of the night, and this bike's in the front yard, and I'm just taking an axe and all my anger out on this bike because I'm so pissed off that I spent all this time and tried to learn this skill, and still, obviously, that's not one of my core capabilities, not one of my core strengths. And I shouldn't be trying to develop that skill. I should be working on my online sales funnels. I should be working on, building my funding business and all the different aspects that connect to that. That's what I should have been doing. And because I was doing the wrong thing, you end up with an axe and a bike in the middle of the night. And that's not where you want to be. My son saw that. He was mildly amused and very sad, and the next day we went out and got a new bike because that was going to be a better investment of our time, of my time, to just go get the new bike or to just pay someone to do those types of things, because that's not going to ever be one of my top skill sets. It's just not. It's not going to be there. So you can't, if you choose the wrong skill set that you're trying to improve upon, and you realize, and there's a pendulum, right? You're not going to go to too many extremes. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be failures at the beginning. But you have to be self-aware enough to know, is that in my wheelhouse of potential skill sets or not? If it's not, you need to move on quickly and choose the skill sets that are going to move the needle, that are in your wheelhouse, that are in your capabilities, and you can focus on those. Otherwise, you waste a lot of time, and you end up with an axe and a bike in the middle of the night, and then you just go to Walmart the next day and buy a bike anyway for your kid. So as you go deep into the new skills, you're going to change your life over time, and that's exactly what's happened as I've learned new skills in leadership, new skills in learning systems and processes, and creating culture and training for teams and building a national funding referral partner team. All of these are new skills that you learn. And the deeper you go into those over time, the more you start to see exponential results. And really, a lot of the skill sets you want to develop should be connected into exponential growth, whether that's leveraging teams and people and technologies and systems and processes, or whatever's going to move the needle most in your business. So that, my friends, is what I've learned in being an entrepreneur since starting my first business at age 21. Boy, my goodness, it's been 19 years of entrepreneurship. And I've gone through the school of hard knocks. So hopefully what I share in this podcast, you're finding value in it. And hopefully you're taking action. And if you're finding value in this podcast, share it with others. Give us a 5-star. Let people who are aspiring entrepreneurs or work from homers or solopreneurs know that there are topics that are real, that are proven, that I've got, my last 2 businesses, my current business and my previous business have done, $12, $13 million in sales and created, thousands of jobs through our funding for clients across the country for hundreds of millions of dollars. So what I'm teaching is proven. It does work. And I hope it's bringing value to your life. So go big. Have a great day. Make your week profitable. And we will see you next time on the podcast. Are you looking for more 7-figure secrets, content, or even how you can launch your own recession-proof business? Then check out 7figures.com. That's the digit 7, FIGURES.com, where we share more videos, stories, strategies, funding solutions, entrepreneurial education, and even the secret business type that's recession-proof. Thank you for listening, and if you're finding value in our podcast, please give us a 5-star and invite others to join the club.